Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian episode number 1 reaction. Or as far as I know, this is also called Roshidere. The shorter name of it is Roshidere as far as I know. So I'm just going to call it Roshidere because it's way easier to say that. Episode number 1 reaction. So before I begin, there's a few things I need to say. Number 1 is that I have been recommended this by a lot of people, and because of that I'm very excited to react to this. And also I do have a little bit of premise to this show. I obviously the summary is there, I read the summary, but I've also read only the first chapter of the manga, so I do know what the main premise of the story is, kind of, you know but so only the first chapter, that's all. So that's all I know. And I'm from the first chapter. It was quite interesting and intriguing. And now that we have an anime, and now that I'm reacting to it, and now that so many people have actually recommended this to me and said that, oh, this is actually so good, I'm very much excited to see what this is about. So yeah, let us get started then. Episode number 1 reaction. I will be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Seirei Academy. Okay. Kujo. Her name is Kujo. Alisa. So she's obviously she's Russian, but she has a Japanese last name. So what the? Who's this? Okay. Sister. Yeah, like this. What? You've zero zero interest. Zero. Hey, your phone. I was wondering. I was like, I was like, no, what, anime logic? Probably people don't care, but okay. Okay. Oh, the main character seat. Oh my god, he's sleeping. Oh, hey, what? Oh my god. Okay. Discussion. Oh. Oh, okay, never mind. Damn. Right. Oh. Okay. From the summary, he knows Russian, doesn't he? From the summary that I've seen. And he understood immediately what she said. Chemistry. Hmm. Iron cobalt. Oh! Oh no. Does he know? Copper. Oh no, this. Oh yeah, I was like, did she even say give the correct answer? Bruh. Right. Well, wow. Okay. Right. So what does that mean? Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, so she doesn't know that he understands Russian. uh, yeah, this is the opening. Okay. Damn, there's a lot of things happening in the opening. Okay. Damn, this opening is popping off. The visuals are just going crazy. Whoa. Oh my god. I don't think I've seen a slice of life show having opening visuals this crazy ever. You know what? No, there I have seen a few. Yeah. Okay, that was a great opening. Did I from Oh. Okay. I do wonder if that was her, as a child. Maybe. Sometimes in anime that happens. He literally said the title, I think, here. Yeah, it will be a bit. Right. Out of the image. Damn. Hmm. Oh, very important. Yes. Yeah. As a gacha game player, yeah. Yeah, she looks like her. This is anime. Cheater. Yeah. Right. What? uh, no, you know what? Sometimes F2Ps go even further than pay to winners because the more effort you have to put into it. Bruh. Oh boy. Yeah. No, that's his name. Masachika. Wow. Oh wait, she's in the student council. Oh. Masha. Wait, they're sisters? Oh my god. Keeps turning. Well, that might be a lie. Arya Hime? Is that what they call her? True. Yeah. Damn. The subtitles are not good. I don't like, the subtitles. I feel like, bruh, everyone's looking at her. Okay. More spicier. Yeah, more. Oh, okay. No, wait. Wait a minute. Didn't they say that they're sisters? Alisa. Well, isn't her name Alya? Wait, I'm confused. Aren't they sis? Didn't they say like sisters? Wait. Hmm. Bro, what? Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. You have. Oh. Oh. I see. Yuki. Oh, that's an interesting. Oshiruko. Yeah. Bruh. Wait, what about you? Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. She's happy. Oh, it is her, isn't it? No, wait. Okay. Okay. I'm not. No, maybe not. Maybe this is not her. She has blonde hair here. I can see. So. Hmm. Okay. I'm not really sure if that's her as a kid or if that's someone else. Hmm. No, but she called him Masachika. So should if that was her, Alisa, then wouldn't she remember him from the name? I don't know. Wow! Damn! He did everything. Wait a minute. Let me look at her eyes. The eye color same. Yeah. Oh, probably a car came in and like I don't know. There you go. Pretty obvious. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my god. Right. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. But all right. Wow. Re- yeah. Thanks. Oh my god. Yeah. Bro. Yeah, you think that's why she's saying that? Oh wow. Yeah. Some next level overthinking. Oh my god! Oh my god, hopefully nobody comes in at this moment. Uh, Hey yo! Hello? What? Oh my god! Hey! Oh god. Uh, Big news, sister. I may have thankful legs are lit. Plump. What is this? Who? Right. Oh, I think Alya is her nickname. So her name is Alisa. Actual name is Alisa? Yeah. Right. Wow. You just you just dug your own grave. Oh no, everyone will be like, what's happening? Yeah? Okay, don't fall. Right. 10 minutes later. Oh. Oh. When did you get that? Oh shit. Okay, wait. So don't react. Don't if he reacts, she'll immediately realize she understands Russian. Don't yeah, there you go. Yeah. Wow. uh, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay. Right. This is the end. Oh, okay. Okay. Whoa. Okay, one thing. Okay, that's it. Was that ending song sung by her voice actress? I don't know. Maybe not. Like, sometimes animes do that. I really like that when animes do that. Whoever like the main heroine is, or sometimes they make them like sing the ending songs or something. I really love that because you know it's just like Monogatari does this, like used to do this a lot. Like every single opening and ending were like sung by the particular heroines for the particular arc. And and not only Monogatari, a lot of other shows also used to do that, which I really liked. I don't know, I just thought maybe it was her voice actor singing the ending song or something. Anyways, okay, that was the first episode of Roshidere. So obviously the basic premise, like I said, obviously it's in the summary. You know what it is. So basically, she sometimes like speaks in Russian and speaks these type of embarrassing things, like like oh, these type of things that she cannot properly say to him. She just says them in Russian because she thinks that he doesn't understand Russian, and that is why she can say those type of things while he understands those things because he used to have conversations with a friend, and when he was a kid, and to talk to her he learned Russian. So now he knows Russian, and that is why he can understand all of this. He doesn't understand that he understands all of this. And as he says, it's a bit too late to reveal that I understand Russian, because now it will be just, I don't know. And this seems like a secret which the more you keep playing, the more it's difficult to reveal that, oh, you know what, I actually know Russian. And yeah, it's definitely not a good idea to reveal it, because oh my god, just the embarrassment that she will have to face because of that. But at the same time, the more you keep hiding it, and the more the secret will keep piling up upon more. And I feel like the only time, like this is one thing I can say, the only time I feel like it is okay to reveal that, oh, you know what, I actually know Russian and I've been able to understand all the things you have said, the only perfect time to reveal that is after, obviously she's the main heroine, so I'm assuming sometimes in the future they'll go to get together and start dating or something. The only time that is okay to reveal that is after that. I feel like in no way can he reveal this before that, because that'll be, I don't know how she will take it. She will be complete. I feel like she'll probably not be able to see his face in embarrassment for at least a month or something, maybe more than that. It gets revealed, and the more he waits and keeps it a secret, the more the embarrassment piles up upon each other. Like, oh my god. So and that's why he's like, yep, I cannot reveal this. That kind of thing. Okay, a few things I need to talk about. Like, let me talk about this whole episode as a whole. First things first, I need to check something. I think I misread something. Didn't they say that all the girls in the student council are siblings, or was I did I misread something? Let me check this part. So when the student council, the girls come in, okay, let's see. First of all, her name is there you go. So Alya's a nickname. Okay, Alisa Mikhailovna Kujo. Okay, student council treasurer. She's student council treasurer. Then we have Maria Mikhailovna Kujo. Oh, these two are sisters. Oh, okay. So the other girl is not a I thought everyone, like all of them are siblings. Okay, never mind. Student council secretary, Maria student council secretary, while this girl, she is student council spokesperson, Suo Yuki. Wait a minute. Just a minute. Treasurer, secretary, and spokesperson. Oh, so we still don't know who's the student council president or the vice president. We still don't know. Okay. Um, right. So, okay, now I understand. These two are siblings. This girl, what's her name? Suo, yeah. She is not the sibling. Okay. So okay, that's why I was confused. I was like, wait, what? Like, what's happening? What? Like, didn't they call, like, like that? Didn't they say that they're siblings? So why is Alya saying that? Oh, I'm like, like they're talking about being friends. I'm like, what's happening? If they're siblings, where does friends, like, where does that come from? Okay, so yeah, so she's unrelated to them. She's a different, like from a different family. These two are siblings. Okay, right. Um. Okay. Another thing I think. So first and foremost, the girl that he was talking about, Masachika, I think that is his name, who he when he was a kid, when who he talked with, and who because of her he learned Russian. I need to check something. So if we go to that part where we see the flashback, where is it? Okay, here we are. First and foremost, I'm trying to make sense if she is Alya or not, because like I said, sometimes some animes do these. Like the main character has some kind of a memory of some girl he used to play with as a kid, and now he doesn't remember. And lo and behold, they suddenly meet, in school, and they don't realize that they knew each other, and then eventually in the future it gets revealed and they get to know that, oh, I actually knew you. And then like it's more character development, that kind of thing, it happens. So I was trying to think, like, if this is going to be something like that. That's why I'm trying to make sense if this is Alya. But she has a lot of, like, resemblance to Alya. For example, her hairstyle, the cowlick you can see as well, the eyes as well. I think blue eyes, isn't it? Let me check. Alya, does Alya have blue eyes as well? Yeah. So the only thing that's throwing me off is her hair color. The girl in the flashback, her hair color seems yellow. The eyes are exactly identical. The hairstyle is also very identical to Alya, but her hair is a little bit yellowish here. Now, another thing might be the case. Maybe because of the sunlight, the twilight, it's basically like the evening time. Maybe because of that, the hair color seems like a little yellowish here. Maybe that's actually white. Who knows? So, like, because this is the thing. She knows his name. She calls him Masachika in the flashback as well. Yeah, Masachika doesn't know her name, so that's, like, nothing you can do about it. But she knows his name. So I'm thinking, if this is actually Alya, wouldn't she realize now that this is that one friend back when I was a kid, I used to talk to him? Wouldn't she remember that? Because he knows her name. Even in the flashback, she was calling him by his name, and here as well she knows Masachika's name. So that is the one thing that is throwing me off, because if she is Alya, then why did she not recognize him? Or something. Or maybe she recognizes him and she's keeping it a secret to herself. Who knows? You know what? I'm sure we'll get our answers. But I'm still not sure if that is Alya in the flashback. But let's wait for it. Like, there's like an 70% chance that is Alya, because the eye color and the hairstyle and everything is like exactly the similar. So yeah, so there's a high chance. But that one thing is kind of throwing me off, because I'm like, she knew his name, So why can she not write? Yeah, but like I said, it just might be that she knows that Masachika is that Masachika, and she knows that, but she's deliberately keeping it quiet. She doesn't want to let him know that she recognizes him or something like that. Who knows? Either way, yeah. So yeah, those two were the things I needed to check here. What else? Okay. So these girls, like like the three girls that we saw, they're all in the student council, and this girl Suo, she wants Masachika to join the student council, and obviously you can see there's like a little, I guess you could say like a rivalry kind of thing. I wouldn't call it like a rivalry because I don't think it has progressed up until that part, but there's a little rivalry between Alya and Suo, and yeah, that whole section where they sit down and we're like eating together, that part. Okay, so another information we got here is that Suo was the student council president, I think she said before, and Masachika was the vice president. So that is why, and they knew each other from the childhood, and yeah, stuff like that. So that's another information we got from Masachika. So him saying that, oh, I don't want to be the student in the student council anymore. I do wonder if there's like a bigger reason behind it, or maybe he just doesn't want to be in the student council. Because yeah, like he just does. He probably just wants to like spend time, like on other stuff. Maybe that's why. Who knows? But I do wonder if there's like a bigger reason behind it. Either way, I feel like all these questions will be answered in the future. This is barely the first episode, so yeah, we had the nice little cute like funny parts in this episode, and yeah, it was pretty entertaining. I like it. Okay, I wasn't expecting that whole sock scene. That was crazy. And especially the way he like and you know what, like she herself said that, oh, like put the socks in. So he just went there and grabbed the leg like this, like directly like this. That was wild, because obviously I also expected him to go there and like very carefully put on the socks or something like that, but no, he just went there and just grabbed it like this. she got so bewildered at that. I'm sure anyone would. If anyone grabs a leg like this, especially your feet like this, then yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, as he says, you're the one who told me to, so there you go. Right, and yeah, that part was pretty funny. There you go. That was today's episode. Oh, another thing, I needed to discuss this. He's the main character, Masachika. He is a person who plays gacha games, and I'm like, damn, I feel like I'll be able to relate a lot of things with him, especially on this regard. And I'm sure everyone who like plays gacha games, they will be able to relate to him so much, and that's one thing I'm very happy about. Like I'm sure like more gacha game references will come up in the future. I'm really looking forward to that, because like I said, I'll be able to relate to him so much. In today's episode only, like he was talking about a few of the things, and I'm like, damn, that's relatable. But yeah, yeah, there you go. Oh, another thing, he was talking about how, like, where's that part? When Alia was like, oh, you, like, you, what did she say? Like, something like game junkie or something like that, she said. And he's like, oh, like game junkie, like I'm an F2P player, like the real game junkies are the pay to win players. I agree with that, but at the same time, obviously being a F2P player means that you have to put on more effort to perfect your characters. You just cannot throw money on the table and expect everything to work out, because you're not really paying money for it. You're free to play, you're not expending any money on it. So in my opinion, yeah, F2P player also are hardcore in their own way, in their own different way. This really reminds me of what can I say? A certain quote from another show. It's like it's completely like I'm going on a tangent, but here when like where I was saying that since he is not spending any money, that means the effort that he has to put is more, so that makes him more of a like a veteran player compared to other people who are literally paying money for that and getting it easy. Like I said, this reminds me of certain quote from another show, one of my favorite shows. Again, I'm going on a tangent, but I just wanted to mention this. It reminds me of Kaiki Deshu's quote from Monogatari, where he says that this is one of my favorite quotes. He says that an imposter is more like has more value than the real person, because the imposter tries their best to imitate the real person, that the effort in itself makes him more real than the real person. That this is one of my most favorite quotes, and I feel like I'm using the same logic here. Like, as he's an F2B player, since he puts more effort into it, that makes him more worthy, or more like what can I say, real than a player who just pays money to get the things done. Anyways, I went on a whole tangent, but like I said, whenever gacha games, like like sections, I don't know if stuff like this will come in the future as well. Whenever these type of things will come in the show, I feel like I'm just going to blabber a lot about it, because yeah, I can relate to a lot of the stuff that he'll probably say as a gacha game player. But anyways, the interesting thing, not the interesting thing, but obviously the cute thing about that whole part was basically Alya realizing that like the character that he got also had the same hair, like color and everything. And she said that in Russian, that oh, like like I also have the same hair. I think she said something like, you're making me jealous or something, and he heard everything and understood everything. Oh boy, that was funny. But yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. Looking forward to where this is going to go, and yeah, it seems like a very like a very nice, like a wholesome slice of life show, and yeah, I'm here for it. Okay, so you know what, like vibe this gives me, this gives me a lot of vibes of Kaguya Sama, because obviously the school setting and all that, but I feel like even though it's a slice of life, this will probably have like a proper story, just like how like shows like Kaguya Sama have, here's the thing, there's certain shows who are like purely slice of life based, where they just fully like pay attention to the slice of life aspect on it, like oh, the characters going to school, them doing normal things and stuff like that. And then there's shows which have that, but at the same time they have like a proper story, like bulk behind it, which we get to see later on. Kaguya-sama acts the same way. At the very beginning, we get to see the characters, like the comedy aspect of it, the slice of life aspect to it. But as the time, like the whole thing goes on and on, we get to like experience the bulk behind the slice of life aspects. When we get to know more about Kaguya's past, like Shirogane's past and all that, their family situation, other characters, their family situation, their own situations. This is the bulk that I'm talking about. I feel like this is like a similar type of show. At the very beginning, first few episodes, I feel like we're just going to focus on the slice of life and comedy aspect. Then maybe little by little, we're going to get to the bulk of it. Like the backstories and stuff. You know why I'm saying this? Because of the opening. If you look at the opening, you can see, the opening shows so many scenes, which makes me feel like this is not just going to be like a slice of life comedy show. It will be a slice of life comedy show, but at the same time, it'll have like a certain substance, material, a bulk behind of it, which we will get to know later. Like the opening, like really makes me feel like that, because there's so many scenes in the opening I could see that makes me think that oh, there's a bigger story behind this. That's why I was saying the opening was going wild with the visuals, and yeah. So, anyways, oh, another thing before I forget to mention it, the subtitles are a bit wonky, as far as I could understand. Obviously, like I can kind of understand Japanese a little bit. A lot of the things the characters were saying, the subtitles, the translations weren't direct translations, but they're taking liberties in the subtitle translation. And there's a few parts, for example, I saw that a few things that Alya says that they completely skipped out from the subtitles and like said it in a different way. Like at the end of the day, it's the same thing, but still the subtlety in dialogue is not really properly getting translated in certain scenes, not in every scenes. I'm not saying like not all scenes. Certain scenes I could see that they took a little bit of liberty in the subtitling. I feel like they could have done it in a different way, which would have been more authentic. But again, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like, but there were certain sections I could see, there's a little bit here and there, the subtitles. But yeah, it's not that much of a big deal. Like I said, it's fine, unless this escalates unless this whole thing escalates more in the future. I don't know, but let's wait for that. Excuse me. Let's wait and see how this goes. Okay, so yeah, now that was that. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In case I missed anything, let me see. Alright, the very first scene, we get to see Alya, coming to school. Like everyone's just looking at her and they're like, oh my god, look at who, like it's Kujo-san. And here's where we get introduced to her. So, wait a minute, let me read this. Alisa Mikhailovina, I think I completely butchered that pronunciation. Kujo, born to a Russian father. Okay, here we go. Here we get the answer. I like the answer they went through this part so quickly I couldn't read. Born to a Russian father, her grades are top of the school. She's also excellent at sports. Starting this year, she serves as a student council treasurer. There you go. So, as it said, born to a Russian father, but her title is Kujo. So I'm assuming, obviously, I'm guessing that means the mother is, I'm guessing, Japanese. So she took her mother's last name, I'm assuming. Okay. Right. So yeah, so that was the first scene where she comes in and we get to see this dude, whatever his name is, the second year student. What's his name? Okay, so he comes in and he's like, oh, like, how are you? Like, great morning. And he's, obviously he's like, oh, like, first time talking. And I'm like, come on, dude, really? Like, if this is really the first time you're talking to her, like, what are you doing? You're standing in front of the gate, waiting to ambush her, to invite her for tea? What? You haven't even met her and talked to her. Like, who does that? I don't think anyone does that. Like, waiting in front of the gate, just okay, you know what, whatever. Ando, that's his name. And he's like, oh, my name is Ando, second year. Like all the, like, the extra, like, movement with his hand and everything that he's doing. Okay, your sister has told me a lot about you. So there you go. So he got to hear about her from her sister, and obviously I'm guessing, so she's the younger sister. Okay. Her elder sister is the girl we saw later, that girl. So he apparently has heard from her sister, so he has come to meet her and invite her for tea. And I'm like, dude, this is the first time she's even seen you. Like, what? Like, I feel like you're going a bit too far. Not far, but you're rushing it a bit too much. And he's like, oh, can we go for lunch today? And Alya's like, nah, man, I'm sorry. She says I have zero interest. Zero. Oh boy. I think I can deduce something from this. I'm sure he did the same thing to his her sister. He probably asked in the same way, to her sister, and her sister probably also what's that word? Rejected him, yeah. And then now he's doing this to her, and now she's also rejected her, because there's a later part where there was a certain section where those guys were talking to each other, and they say something regarding like, oh, like, her sister has also rejected a lot of people who came to confess to her. So I'm assuming he's also one of them. So I'm guessing he got rejected, and now he tried to do the same thing with his, like, his younger sister, and Alia also like rejected him completely, like directly and straight to the point over here. He's like, I have zero interest in him, zero, not even the 0.001, but a zero, fat zero. And his whole phone goes down. And I also said, "Oh, you're chain. It's not according to school rules." I also looked at the chain. I was like, "Yeah," but then I was like, "This is anime. I feel like characters can get away with a lot of things in anime." But then she pointed it out, and I'm like, "Okay." So, right. Anyways, then they come in, and here you can see Masachika is there in the desk. He's sleeping. She comes and kicks the table so hard, and yeah, and then like they start talking. Um, okay, okay, so here he's talking. He tries to find out his chemistry book, but he cannot. Oh no! Before that, Alia says like something in Russian, Mivashka or something like that. She says, and later on it got like like we get to know what it means. I think it means something like cute or something like that, isn't it? So Masachika's like, oh, what did you say? Like, obviously, like, he knows, he understands, but he cannot let her know that he understands. So he's like, what did you say? And she says, like, oh, I just said that you're pathetic. But obviously, that wasn't what she was saying, and he knows that. And then, like, he forgot his chemistry book. So they starts sharing, like, like textbooks. Okay, so here's the funny part where he kind of goes to sleep almost, and the teacher's like, "Hello, wake up." Oh no, not the teacher. Sorry, she pokes him so hard that he gets up, and the teacher's like, "Wait, what's happening?" And asks him the question, and Alia shows him the answer, but then when he says that answer, the teacher's like, "That's wrong," and so she gave him the wrong answer, and then the teacher's like, oh, like, Hujo, like, you tell, and she gives the right answer. And obviously, she's like, oh, I was like pointing at the question, I wasn't pointing at the answer. Okay, so yeah, so again she says Mivashka, I think that's what she said. Yeah, so its translation is UQTU or something like that. Yeah, and he can understand that, obviously. So there you go, and yeah, that is how the episode began. And after that, okay, after that, also we get to know that he knows Russian. Where did he get to know Russian? He as they kind of tell us, the anime tells us that he talked, or he wanted to talk to a girl, a childhood friend. That's why he learned Russian. And yeah, that thing. Okay, so here, okay, like I said, here he pulls out his phone, and Ali's like, come on, like, only emergency time you can pull out your phone. And he's like, ah, this is emergency. Like, we're getting a limited 10-time pulls, in the gacha. Oh boy. Free rolls end in 10 minutes. Yeah, and then he gets Tsukiyomi, and obviously this girl in the game, she looks like, very much looks very similar to Alya. Now that I'm looking at her, she looks exactly like Alya. What the hell? What type of game? Okay, so obviously Alya's like, okay, like what Tsukiyomi isn't, like, Tsukiyomi like a goddess of the moon. Like, why does her hair? Why is her hair jet silver, not jet black? At which he's like, oh, because it's the moon. That's why I'm guessing, like silver. And this is where she again says that. Okay, where's that part? I have silver hair too. You cheater. Yeah, and he is doing his best to just completely not react, but also react at the same time because obviously he has to react. So he's like, "What was that?" And she says like, "You're a game junkie," at which he's like, "Oh, like, I feel like pay to winners are even more of a game junkie than me." No. Anyways, after that whole conversation in the cafeteria, we get to meet the two sisters and the other girl. Okay, so obviously her name is Alicia. Wait, Alicia, wasn't it? Yeah, Alicia Mikhailovna Kujo. Her sister's name is Maria. Okay, Alicia and Maria. And then we have the other girl, Suo Yuki. Wait, Masha. What? Why does she call her Maria? She calls her Masha Senpai. I'm guessing that's like a nickname. I'm assuming. Right. Anyways, after that, you can see like, like the dudes, like, the Masachika's friends. They like here give us like the explanation as to who these girls are. Like how popular they are, all that stuff. Okay, here's the thing. Here's where this guy says that this friend Kujo senpai is pretty. I'd love to get to know more about her. Here we go. I hear she's got a boyfriend though. She keeps turning down boys who ask her out, saying she's already dating. Okay, so there you go. Here's the thing. It might be true or it might not be true. She's just saying that to, like get away from confessions. So she has rejected a lot of people. That means, and like I said, that's why I said maybe the first guy as well. He tried to do like, confess to her, and she probably rejected him as well and said like, oh, I like, like I'm dating someone, so I'm sorry. And then this guy came to like Alya, like, later, I'm guessing. So something like that happened, I'm assuming. Either way, okay, and then they talk about like Alya to Masachika, and Masachika's like, oh, I've just been sitting beside her. Maybe that's why she talks to me or something. And after that, Suo, like he crosses eyes with Suo, and Suo comes in and sits down beside him. And then Alya does the same, sits on the other side, obviously. And they start talking about like their their food and the spicy food that they're eating. And here she's like, oh, maybe next time I should bring this on meetings. And he's like, come on, don't do that. It's like you're literally using your power for the personal. Don't do that. And obviously Alice like, wait, you two talking like this, you two know each other, you two friends or something? And she's like, yeah, like, like from elementary school we've been in the same school. Okay, and this is where like Masachika also says, you two aren't friends, and they're like, she's like, oh, I want to be her friend, and Alia's also like, yeah, sure, like, like I also want to be a friend. So I guess they kind of like, like they weren't able to properly, I guess you could say, connect. But now that Masachika is here, as a like as a third party, when he asked that, oh, aren't you two friends, it kind of made them easier to connect. And Alia's also like, yeah, sure, like I want to be friends. There you go. So that's one thing. Later on, oh, after that you can see Suo also tells that, oh, like, like, why don't you come to the student council? You have experience as the student council vice president. This is where Alya gets to know that Masachika was the student council vice president and she was the president. And here we go. He says elections at our school required each candidate to have a running mate. This is, I feel like I don't think I've ever heard a rule like this ever in any anime. Like usually it's like the student council president who gets elected and the student council president appoints the vice president, and the others. But here apparently the student council, not the student council president, but each candidate needs a partner, and they'll run not run together, but the main person will be running, but they'll need a partner. And I'm guessing if the person gets elected as a student council president, their partner becomes the vice president, which is very interesting because, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen something like this before in any anime or anything. Right. Yeah, so after that, you can see Alia's like, again in Russian, she says something like, "You don't have to tell me, I know that already." When Yuki was talking about how Masachika is someone who does the job properly, or something like that. Anyways, so after that, when they go on their own way, Alia's like, "Oh, I didn't know you had, like female friends, like." And he's like, "What are you on about? Aren't we friends?" And she's like, "Oh, we are friends." And he's like, "Yeah, like, what are you talking about?" And then she goes off, like smiling. Yeah. Okay. Next, this is where we see the flashback, and like I said, I'm not really sure if this is Alia or not. The hairstyle and the eye color looks exactly the same, but obviously, like, one question is, if she's actually Alia as a kid, she calls him by Masachika, so shouldn't she know that this Masachika and the Masachika in the past are the same? So shouldn't she know that? So maybe she knows that and she's never, not letting that out, or she's hiding that from us, even the audience. Who knows? But we'll see. I'm not even sure if this is Alia or not. I'm just assuming this is Alia because of the hairstyle and the eye color. This might not be Alia, it might be someone completely else, someone. But I'm guessing we'll get the answer in the future. Anyways, but we get to know that Masachika actually learned Russian because he wanted to talk to her. That's why. Um, After that, next day, oh my god, this is the part where things go crazy. So he goes to school, sees that their names are on the blackboard. They have to be the person who does the stuff, the morning duty. He does everything quickly. Alia comes in, and and they start talking about the whole situation. She talks about, like, him being like a student council member and all that. And this is where Masachika's like, "Oh, what happened to your sock? Sock has been, like, muddy. Like a car came and just, yeah." So she's like, "Don't worry, I have a spare sock with me." And and she takes out her sock and she sees that Masachika's looking away, and she's like, "You know what? Let me play a trick on him." So she's like, "Okay, get my sock." He gets her the sock, and she's like, "All right then, put it on." And and this is where, like, the funny part obviously starts. And he's like, "You know what? Fine." um Goes down, grabs her leg, and obviously she's surprised. She's like, "Bro, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, what? You told me to do it." And they, like, he like actually puts the whole, like, like the whole sock in. Like, I was actually thinking, like, he was going to try to put it in, and she's probably going to be like, "Oh no," like, and to snatch it away from him and put it on her own. But he actually does it completely, and during that process, his hand slipped and, kind of hits her lower portion. She gets embarrassed, kicks him in the face, and he gets a peek. And then she rushes off. And obviously, now after that, this part, does he, like, so he messages to his sister, I think? Wait a minute. "Big news, sister of mine. What is it, beloved brother of mine? Stay calm and hear me out. I may have a thing for legs." What did you say? "I thought you were a card carrying member of the planet of Bob." As did I. Wait, what? Babs? What is Bab? Am I missing something? Is something, I think it's going over my head. Planet of Bab. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. Anyways, as did I. Curses, never did I think I would fall prey to such proclivities. Legs are lit. You go from the plump thighs up top to the dainty feet down below. I know you'd get it, sister of mine. What's it with this brain date convo? So, okay, interesting conversation. Right, wait, so what is Babs? I have no idea, really. Oh my god, wait a minute. Uh, wait. I need to. What is Babs? Obviously, I understand it's something like, but right, I cannot find it. Anyways, I'm sure it's some kind of acronym for something like, obviously. Yeah, but whatever. Okay. Okay, moving on. After that, like obviously, like Alia's like kind of like not talking to him, and he's like, Alia, like come on, like like, and then Alia's like, oh, I'm sorry as well, like I kicked you. Are you okay? And this is where he messes up, and he's like, oh no, it's fine. Like I also, like, what does he say here? I'm fine, I think. Does your neck hurt or anything? Don't worry about it. If anything, I should thank you for giving me a peek. Okay. At which she's like, wait, what did you say? And then she realizes what happened, and she gets embarrassed. And then she kicks him. I think she kicks him again. No, punches him. Yeah. And then runs off, and he's also running behind her, like trying to apologize. And she's running further and further away. And then we have the whole chase scene over here, and then they both get tired, and like he's like, I'm sorry. And then he gives him her Oshiruko. Okay, here's another thing. Oshiruko, what is that? Like Oshiruko, it's like some kind of a juice. Let me check. Japanese dessert, soup made with sweet azuki beans and mochi. Ah, okay. So, and he's like, oh, you like Oshiruko, don't you? And she's like, yeah. And she eats, like, drinks it. She says, do you want a sip? Obviously in Russian. And I was like, okay, if he reacts like yes or no like this, it'll completely blow his cover. So I'm like, don't react like that. But then he's like, also like, oh, what did you say? Yeah. Yeah, and she says something different, obviously. And this part is hilarious. She's like, in Russian again. She's like, oh, he doesn't get any of this. And he's like, yeah, I get everything. And that's where it ended. That is it. That was the first episode. Good episode. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the upcoming developments, whatever's going to happen. So there you go. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. This was my reaction to the first episode of Roshidere. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next week with another episode of Roshidere. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.